doing just to find where the dog is in the room. So it makes me very happy.
What's up, fuckwits? We're live. How's it going?
What the dog doing?
The dog is right there. The dog is right behind me. So I thought I'd do this tonight. I'm not.
Bazinga.
Yes, Bazinga. I thought I'd play a game of Madden and we just shoot the shit. I thought would be fun to shoot the shit. What's going on? What you got questions about?
What the dog doing?
The dog's right fucking there. Stop asking. So we're gonna shoot the shit. My brother's leaving to go see his wife over in India again here on Thursday. Mm-hmm. So we're looking forward to. Well, he's looking forward to that. We don't want to see him go, especially his companion here. But
what the dog doing?
He's licking his balls.
I'm gonna come.
He's not the only one.
So I'm gonna play a game of Madden, maybe two, because they don't take me that long to play. They take me like an hour a piece, so I don't fuck around. We're gonna try to get Bobbitt some wins here.
And his name is John C.
I completely forgot that Basement had changed about 95% of our soundboard. And it was a pleasant surprise when I got back on him. Like, oh, that's right, he did make all these changes.
I regret it constantly because now this is all I'm going to hear throughout the night.
Yes.
Ending it all.
Oh god, could you imagine during fucking when we're watching Black Sails?
I'm gonna come.
His name is John Cena and it's Captain Flint.
And his name is John C.
That is absolutely destroying my eardrums.
You're the one who put it on the soundboard. You can adjust
Listen,
the
okay?
sound.
I can't. I can't and I won't.
Eating the dogs, they're eating the cats. Eat the cat, eat the cat.
So I'm gonna play this game. We can talk about whatever you guys want to talk about.
You see what's happening right now? This is what's going to happen for the next 2 hours. Fucking eating the dog. They're eating the cat.
Well, you're the one that put it in there.
I regret my history.
What the dog doing?
So I'm
going to ban you from using this. Do I have that power? Yeah, I can mute you forever.
So
wait,
I think it's only muted on your side. Is that muted?
No,
well, I was
I
about to say was if you
server mute him.
well, I was gonna say, if you mute me, so like, hold on.
what the fuck do you want? What's going on?
I'm gonna come.
It doesn't affect. It doesn't affect. I don't think it affects the soundboard.
Well, I can stop the sound. I can control everything.
Stop this.
Bazinga.
Oh god, here
Oh,
comes
God.
Mr.
See?
Got
What
him.
if I just
Here comes
do
Mr. fucking Laffy Pants.
Hey, you were laughing your ass off last night, dude.
Oh, see that, Connor? See the power I have? None of it sounds. Nobody can hear. You're fucking sad. You son of a bitch.
Wait. You can't hear him?
Nobody can hear them.
I heard
So you didn't hear that?
And, oh no, everybody can hear them. Well, I don't have to hear them. That sounds good for me.
I would say if it's really that bad, I can go in and adjust the volume.
It's not the volume.
Really?
He is going to fucking destroy you when he sees you face to face.
I'm expecting a punch to the face. Did I tell you that story? Did I tell you that story about when I stayed over? Like, okay, I had a group of friends in high school. We always did like Friday night hangouts, the video games, pizzas, the the usual whatever. And I was a fucking idiot, and weren't we all at that age?
Was.
I told you.
And one of our friends fell asleep on the couch, and so I screamed, I like yelled to wake him up. Now I wasn't like in his face, I wasn't like in his I wasn't like blowing out his eardrum because I didn't want to be that much of an asshole, but it was still an asshole move to do. So I'm laughing, he wakes up, and he's rightfully so, in like a catatonic state, just gets up, walks over, and punches me right in the fucking face, like right in the eye. And he goes, "How funny was that?" And then goes right back to sleep. Like goes right back to the couch and goes right back to sleep. So he wakes up like whatever it was, like an hour or two later, whatever. He's putting together what the fuck happened. He's like, Connor, I am so sorry. And I got like the bag of peas over my eye. I said, and his name was Anthony. I said, Anthony, I said two things. One, I fucking deserved it. And two, that was fucking fun. That was damn it.
That's something that needed to be caught on fucking security camera footage. You would have won AFH with that shit.
Just like one cold cock punch, and he's like, "I'm so sorry." I'm like, "It's fine. I deserved it. That was funny as hell." We actually ended up going to a WB house show that same weekend, and we took photos because we were close at ringside, and I had the fucking shiner the entire time. Let's see if I can find this.
We got married 2 years later.
And then
ordinarily, it's a high percentage pass when you throw it. And receivers like to run that route because it gets the ball in their hands pretty quick.
JP?
What?
What the dog doing?
Same thing he was doing the last time you asked me.
God, he licks his nuts a lot.
What the dog doing?
Same thing.
I mean, can't blame him.
Well, now he's licking his asshole.
If I could lick my nuts in my ass,
I was saying my statement tone hasn't changed.
Lick my own fucking asshole. Why would I want to taste shit?
I wouldn't leave the house.
What, buddy?
That's disgusting.
What is?
What the dog doing?
He took out half his ribs. He just started licking his asshole. Haven't heard from him for 3.5 months.
I have a ball.
His mouth smells like shit, but his ass is clean as fuck.
I don't envy his dentist.
Oh, what a great throw that was.
Did you see the way he threw that? He threw that like 30 yards.
I know.
I don't know if I'm doing a game of this yet on the stream. This game actually isn't too bad. It's not great, but it's not too bad.
I gotta fix that. Hold on. Where is it?
The tackling engine is so much better, and sometimes, not always, but a lot of the time in this game, when you make the tackle, you're slowing him down. He's just all of a sudden not gonna speed up to 1,000 in this game either, which is pretty good.
Hold on 1 second.
Stop. God.
That's better. All right, and then
What are we holding for?
He's doing something I'm gonna hate Eric, you know?
I'm fixing the volume.
Huh?
What are you talking about?
Doesn't blow out your eardrum.
That thing's blowing out my eardrum.
And his name is John C. And his kick is good. And the Saints are going to take a 3-0 lead.
The silence by basement is what's making me laugh.
What the dog doing?
You heard that, basement?
No, I don't think
run you over. I'm gonna run you over with a car, and I'm gonna reverse, run over your body, and then when you're like gasping for air, I'm gonna play this.
Motherfucker, I'm gonna run you over with the car.
Someone just answers my question.
Bazinga.
I think we're trying to push basement to a brink of fucking mass insanity or mass shootings or whatever.
Oh, jeez.
Those are kind of, well, actually.
No, if
it's
he's
just
more
gonna-
like trying
it's
to
just
be
gonna
a
be-
serial killer because he has to travel the country to get to each one of them.
It's just gonna be a shooting in mass.
That's a fucking movie trailer line if I ever.
Yes. Yes, it is.
Oh, man. God damn it.
And I finally realized why they called it with mass instead of two shits.
That hurt. Did that sound like it was a bit of a stretch there, good sir?
What are you talking about? It's pretty good.
No, it was. It just looked. It was a bit of a little bit of close to a reach. Close to a reach.
It wasn't a reach, man. It was perfect.
It was a stretch.
It was a reach around.
That's actually the quietest he's been all week.
Yeah, actually, yeah.
Lately, it's been release the high demons.
Oh, it'll come.
There's a few that I'm like I was concerned. Like it was just like something about it was like there was a creature in there.
What do you guys think I should do? It's 4th and 1. Should I go for it?
What the dog doing?
Huh?
What?
Always go for it, man. The fuck you a pussy? He's gonna lose so bad.
You know, there was a man who once rose up from the ranks in West Newbury, Massachusetts.
You hear the joke?
I want to make that sound.
No, that was her.
I still want to make that sound.
Do, and she went,
Bazinga.
Well, I'm not Bazinga.
He will be soon.
Bazonga. That's a great sign.
Yeah.
No, I wasn't.
Check who's in the fucking chiz at.
It's Alpha and Daru.
What's up, guys? Alright, shadow down now. Shit my pants, because that is...
What the dog doing?
Doesn't have pants.
Here's a diaper.
He doesn't.
Can if he wants to, if he believes in himself. Just for the record, stuff's kicking in on my end, so just go football.
Yeah! That's actually should have been a touchback, but this game is
Yes.
Now they'll search for a touchdown here on this go around. 1st and 10.
Eating the dogs, they're eating the cats. Eat the cat, eat the cat.
Last night all over again.
I'm telling you what, if I'm a defensive coordinator, I might be thinking safety right now.
Bruce said JP better win. Oh. We'll see.
penalty. What is it, holding?
Second and 10.
Was that in the end zone? Decline it because I'm not gaining anything.
Oh, so what we were planning on talking about here? Oh, we were talking about the Thunderbolts and the Captain America trailers.
I didn't see the...
I didn't see the Thunderbolts. I watched the Captain America one. First of all,
There goes Trek. Bye.
First of all, they showed way too much in the trailer. Second of all, man, they still have problems with CGI in those movies.
Yes.
There's a moment where his wings come out and his fucking hat comes on. I'm like, that looks god awful.
Yeah.
Oh boy. Well, he's on a 90-yard.
But it's not like it's weird because there's massive inconsistency. Some things look completely fine. Other things I'm like, what the fuck?
So I've heard some rumblings that there was I guess 2 versions of the movie that were produced, and they were screened to people, to different audiences, and so I'm not sure what version of the movie we might be getting. I take that with a grain of salt. I kind of roll my eyes at that, but
I'm gonna go with the shitty version.
wouldn't put it past you to loop on that one.
Did you like that face?
Yeah. No, because it was just I thought of this one fucking part in the trailer where, of course, they keep going back to this. Well, you're not Steve Rogers.
Yeah.
Is that his whole fucking story arc for fucking 7 years?
Yeah.
You're not Steve Rogers.
Yeah.
Come on, get over it. Be something else.
I have low expectations for both movies. I'm actually genuinely more excited for Thunderbolts than I am for Captain America, and that's saying something as a Captain America fan. I don't have a lot of faith in the Cap movie. I'm just gonna be very honest.
At first, I was excited because it's spy thriller, and the more I saw of it, the more I'm like, I could pretty much piece this movie together.
I think it's gonna be very watered down. I think it's gonna be a very safe.
Got to be dumb enough so that 4-year-olds can understand it.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be. I think it's gonna be dumbed down. I think it's gonna be a very safe movie, plot wise. So I'm not saying it's gonna be bad per se, but I'm not expecting. If it's anything above a B minus, I'll be
extremely on the safe side.
If it's anything above a B minus, I'll be fucking shocked.
And I don't know what it was, but there's this fucking woman agent in that sounds like she's like got Down syndrome. There's just one woman in that trailer that speaks, and she's a secret agent or something. And I'm like, what the fuck is that voice?
I don't know. Thunderbolts looks like fun though, and I think what I was trying to say in their chat earlier, and this is really hard to convey, but basically, with the Thunderbolts, I'm more excited because it's a ragtag group of like characters that are just kind of there, and you can
almost like we haven't seen that before.
Well, I was about to say, I know it's like a rehash of fucking Suicide Squad and Guardians and all this shit, but there is
new concept.
There's more creative freedom to do with them. Like I feel like there's more you can get away with them, and I don't think they've given away as much of the movie as they did with Cap, because I think with Thunderbolts, it's going to end up being the Thunderbolts versus Sentry at the finale, which they haven't shown any of that shit yet.
But they will, don't you worry. You know what? It doesn't matter because unless I watch it day one, I'll see the whole movie in clips on Twitter the next day. No matter what I do.
Exactly.
Yeah, but I mean, we'll see what happens. Like I said, Agatha was it was a treat, and it made me enjoy. It actually gave me a deeper appreciation for WandaVision. I was very kind of like in the middle with WandaVision, but after seeing Agatha was done very, very well. There's a, for lack of a better word, twist at the end that may or may not be able to see coming, but either way, was still fun. It was still enjoyable.
I liked probably about 60% of WandaVision. The other 40% was not good at all.
Yeah,
I'll put it this way, and you guys can tell me if I'm wrong on this.
You're wrong.
Is it great? Is it because did it like start to pick up like after like the halfway point?
Actually, okay, it seemed like it spent too long to get to where it wanted to go, and then once it got to where it wanted to go, it got through it too quick to a point that was terrible afterwards.
So
yeah,
I think I know.
They spent
I think
so
I know
much
what you're
time
referring to.
on trying to be sitcom-y that
it was one episode too long in the
charm.
sitcom world.
They can't carry the same charm through that sitcoms had, the good ones.
No, I agree with you there. I think the other issue with I think WandaVision had a couple things going against it as well. In fact, being like the first like Marvel TV show they were gonna, so there was a lot of like pressure on them to have like this like A+ material, and it wasn't, which is fine. It there's nothing in the fucking MCU that's perfect. Such as She-Hulk, which I can't wait for JP to watch. But I think with them is that they were trying out a style which was fun in terms of how they like kind of unveiled everything to you. Agatha does it better. I think they learned their mistakes from WandaVision in terms of like.
But I don't care about Agatha.
Well,
like I have zero cares about the character.
No, that's fine.
She's a side character to a side character.
Yeah.
Well, okay. Let me put it this way. How do I put this? It's not going to make you go like, whoa, this has some major implications in the MCU. Like I said, I thought it was very serviceable. I get where you're coming from in the sense of like, why should I give a shit about Agatha? And there's a side piece that goes with her that kind of helps fill in some gaps and unveils everything so that by the end, they kind of wrap it up pretty well, I think, in terms of like the cohesive story of it all. Do they make you care about Agatha more? I'd say yes, but would it be enough to like really like captivate you? For you personally, Basement, I don't know about that. But they give you,
because I'd have to have like some investment in the character to give.
They do that though. They do like how do I say this the right way?
Doo-doo.
Doo-doo. Doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. I think one of WandaVision's faults, which wasn't their fault by proxy, is that they were the first one in line after COVID and after, like, you know, really, you had the Spider-Man movie after Endgame, and then this was it. Like, this is the first thing. Even before Black Widow came out. And so there was a lot of, like, pressure on it, and it was a funky new way to tell a story, which was cool, but it's in this new medium that Marvel's not used to, and they're still working out the kinks to this day on how to properly tell the stories.
I don't know why they're so shit at adapting, man. Like, what the fuck? You've had so many years. Television's not like this impossible thing to write for. Hell, you can hire a bunch of fucking television writers.
But
I don't understand.
But it's, I think, whether or not, like, the weight and brevity of being in this fucking gigantic universe and having to have everything fit the right way is also another big, like...
Well, they kind of gave that up. Hardly anything fits the right way.
I know. But anyway, the point I was making was... Agatha has a similar story trope in the sense of going back. There's actually one episode that is fucking incredible, just from like a thing of how they wrote it. It was like, wow, like to sit down and actually think about it. I'm way too stoned. But it was very well done, and I think that for what it was in terms of being like a self-contained TV show, it had enough interesting elements and plot points and characters to it. And more importantly, much like in, like I was saying in the Marvels, they help remind you of things. So it's not like you, like, obviously we've all watched WandaVision, or most of us have watched WandaVision. You don't have to go back to rewatch. They make sure to, like, emphasize the points they need to make or remind you of things that they need to remind you of when it comes to, like, Agatha or what happened in WandaVision, etc.
I don't know. I'll have to, like, I know at some point I'll be watching it, but I literally have no interest in it as a show. That doesn't really mean anything, but it's like, you know, you watch it, it might kind of surprise you, but like...
That's kind of the way it was. I was just like, all right, let's see how this goes, and it sucked me in. I'm like, all right. And then by like about the fifth episode, I was like, all right, yeah, okay, I want to see how this all plays out. And I had my suspicions about how it was going to end, and I was half right. But that didn't take away my enjoyment of it. Is it the best Marvel show? Fuck, no, you can't touch Loki. Sorry, there's no way you're gonna be able to touch Loki. But it was very middle of the road. Like I said, very, no pun intended, because it's about the witch's road. Yeah, very middle of the road. But yeah, the other Marvel project, I really want to know and see more about Fantastic Four. I'm very curious about that. I don't fucking care about any of it.
Honestly,
which I can't blame you.
It's kind of tough because I am not a big Fantastic Four fan. I'm kind of interested in the movie to see where they're gonna go, but it seems like every time we have this conversation with Marvel in the last like 6 years, oh, I'm interested in this movie to see where they go. Thor: Love and Thunder. Oh, they went right into the fucking asshole of a dying man.
So unfortunately, hey, listen. I mean, I'll put it this way: the whole like, I'm interested to see where it goes. It's kind of like my safe zone.
That's a problem, though.
I know.
This is like the probably not eighth, but like fifth or sixth time we've said, I'm looking forward to this movie because I'm interested to see where Marvel's gonna go, and they keep going nowhere. So at this point, it's like I think you're in like sunk cost fallacy. You've already put so much in that
I'm pot committed. You know, and like in poker when you're I am. I'm fucking pot committed.
Yeah, it's like I'm already so much in. I'm like, I don't know if I can give more of myself to this thing.
Right?
Unless they actually blow me away with something and they show that they're kind of getting back into gear to where they were.
Deadpool and Wolverine kind of give me hope.
Yeah, so you can't go off of Deadpool and Wolverine though because of who's behind the creation of it.
Correct, and the other part of it too is the Russos coming. The Russos coming back for the Avengers films.
That at least is I'm kind of
a glimmer of
the
hope,
one thing I'll say is what is going to make or break for me continuing is how they integrate Doom and fucking Robert Downey playing it. If it's not what I personally would like, I'll give it a chance and watch it. But if it's like, if they're going to completely disregard the fact that he's the exact same fucking person, and be like, "Oh, look, it's Doctor Doom," and they act like they've never seen him before, and it's just Robert Downey Jr.'s face, I will walk away.
I am right there with you. I will be so done with the Marvel universe.
The suspension of disbelief at that point in time is ridiculous.
I mean, really.
He was the face of the fucking
I was about to say, like,
for over a decade.
The opportunity there for a very powerful. Now, I don't know if he's coming back for Secret Wars or is it just Doomsday?
I don't know. He's coming back as Doom, so whatever Doomsday.
Right, you know, like, well,
he's also coming back for the Zombies animation.
Okay.
Can't wait to not watch that.
Eh.
I think
the
what
was terrible.
Guy dancing.
Well, that's just how they drew it up. His first read was there.
Got a problem with 300-pound guys dancing?
Absolutely excellent execution by all.
I think.
Gotta give him credit. Found the perfect play call.
I don't know. Doom makes me nervous because I feel like they're blowing their load. I mean, unless
it's either genius or super desperate, and there's no in between.
Yeah, because
it's either they're striking out or hitting a home run, man. There is nothing else.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, and it's all because of their mistake of firing Jonathan Winters. Major Winters. Sorry.
Major Winters. I was like, I gotta
all good.
Jonathan.
Yeah, I don't get it. I am bummed. Like I said, I am bummed that they got rid of him. I mean, you know, fucking corporate money bullshit talks, whatever. But
and that was also the era. Like, honestly, we're moving a little bit away from that now, where it's like, oh, you did one thing wrong, your life is over.
Yeah.
And I mean, what he was even like convicted of isn't like this fucking life-ruining, heinous shit.
And I did appreciate the people pointing out the irony of, say, bringing in a guy who did worse.
Right.
Who?
Robert Downey Jr.
Not Robert Downey Jr.
He didn't do worse. He was
What
like
the fuck are you talking about, man?
What? He beat up a woman?
He did drugs. He went to jail.
Man, he was.
Yeah.
He walked into somebody's house and laid down on their fucking bed, buck ass fucking naked.
But did he beat up a woman?
No.
Okay, well there you go.
All right, well,
What's
anyway.
worse, laying down in someone's house naked or beating up a woman?
Give me 5 minutes, I'll tell you.
Breaking into somebody's house?
That's a B&E.
That's a B-E-D, bed. That's where you lay down on.
But also, that was like it's so far removed from his current day.
Yeah,
we're looking at like 20 years distance.
I mean, he's untouchable. He's untouchable in Marvel. But what I was gonna say was, it was kind of upset. I was kind of bummed because I was very curious to see him in the roles of the Kangs and the different Kang types, and honestly, just Kang as a character in and of his own right was very fascinating to me, and I didn't really know much about him until obviously he got introduced. And there was a lot of elements about him, the biggest being he's just a fucking human. He's not an alien, he's not a titan, he's not a god, he's just a man that he was able to get like this good and make this like kind of crazy like dictatorship of multi.
It's a very good different story arc for them, where they've been obsessed with like bigger. Like everything has to be like, you know, first they fought. Yeah, some sort of, and though it can be a world-ending threat with Kang, the idea of it, like Thanos is already some fucking super Goliath man, who has then got like all the powers in the universe and stones. He is just a person. So it was kind of like the Captain America movie with fucking what's his tits, the dancing Baron Zemo.
Civil War.
Yeah, because he was just like a regular guy with a vendetta.
That's why he's one of my favorite villains, honestly.
That makes for a complex villain. A villain that's just only like to be feared because they're super strong is pretty boring. That's what Captain America is boring. Not Captain America, Captain fucking Superman.
Marvel.
Major Winters. Major Winters.
What do you have today?
I've only drank one beer, so it's not that.
Oh, that's gotta change. Let's rev this baby up. I don't know. There's projects that Marvel. I'm gonna fucking watch everything. Goddamn it. Daredevil's coming out in March. That's at least a fucking great saving grace. I know they're doing What If at the end of the
say that. I don't trust anything.
I am curious though, because from what I saw from the trailer, which wasn't much, it looks like they're just gonna pick up where they left off from the last one, but in the MCU. So. Well, no. My point being is that like it sounds like they just slid them in. Like
they'll do what the Netflix,
which is fine. I'm not
what the Netflix show did, but they'll do it worse. I already know. I 100% know.
Yeah, no.
Marvel can't do anything. Yeah. They are not going to do anything better than that for sure, because they're going to do the stupid fucking Marvel inserted like CGI fights, which don't need to happen. Like they even did it with everything he's been in. They tried to like make it work with the fucking handicap bitch.
Yeah.
But that fight was like so terrible. I don't know. Like if they should have just stayed on Netflix and kept going. That's all I can say.
Well, that's what they're trying to do now. Under Disney.
Yeah, makes it bad.
Disney minus. But I think that's March. And then we have Captain America's first. Captain America's in Feb. Is in March.
Strong said the Congress of Kang storyline was awesome in the comics.
Fuck yeah, it was.
And Moon Knight was cool. I do think they kind of hamstring themselves a bit with Moon Knight because it went a bit too fantastical. Yeah. And anytime like there was action, he blacked out. Nobody saw any of it except for like one scene.
The character is very complex and it's very different than what you've seen before, especially with like not just the DID but like the Egyptian background. There's a lot of like crazy new layers to it that made it very fascinating, and so it was a win-win for me. I'm like, wait, mental health disorders and Egyptian superhero? Fucking sign me up.
It's like they're representing me.
Yeah, it's like myself.
I've always been Egyptian.
Walk like Egyptian.
You know the Captain America movie trailer, the new one, right?
Yeah.
I looked through some of the comments on it, and someone's like, at 1:45 or whatever, you can see a soldier in front that is basically Jonathan Isaacs or whatever the fuck his name is, the guy that played Moon Knight.
Oh, Oscar
Isaacs, right? Like, and it does look like him because he's got those fucking like very recognizable eyes.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, the thing of it is that with like Brave New World, I don't either. That would be fascinating. But Brave New World, I mean, like Captain America is probably just going to establish some shit in the MCU. Like they're going to introduce adamantium. Probably be like
Steve Rogers.
Like maybe like that. Steve Rogers. You're right. I'm not.
And what? Okay, the guy that's literally replacing another actor. Just saying this.
Yeah.
And you're no William Hurt.
That's a fucking great. Oh my god, that is a great fucking point. Oh man, I hope Rhodey shows up because it's okay. I'll get used to it. I don't know. The Cap movie looks like it's going to be kind of relatively hollow-ish, just to kind of reestablish Captain America. Maybe like announce there is going to be a new Avengers, or kind of. It's just more bullshit setting the framework for Avengers Doomsday coming in the future.
Right.
But I mean, because it's not like we don't know. Like, oh, Captain America's not going to get killed. Of course he's going to get killed. He's going to lead the new Avengers.
Aru says Fantastic Five. I think he's being by DC. Will do. Fantastic Five is going to be like made by the same people that made Meet the Spartans. That's going to be absolute shit. They purchased it.
Basically, couldn't finish the movie.
Hey, that was.
He's being smart ass.
I mean, I haven't seen shit for Fantastic Four, and
only thing I saw was the promotional posters proving that they are going to be back in like the 50s and 60s.
Which that's the part that
it gives me a little hope that this will be pretty fucking cool.
Yeah, that's kind of honestly that's kind of the saving grace for me, because I'm in the same boat with Basement in terms of like, again, same thing. It's like fucking how many times are you gonna tell the story? Kind of like Batman. How many times are you gonna? If I have to see
how
parents dropping a pearl fucking necklace down Crime Alley for the 50th fucking time.
My question is how 60s exactly. Will they go, because they're not gonna do the howdy doody fucking lingo.
No.
So it's gonna be
modernized. It's gonna be modernized, but it's gonna have that feel and look of the 1960s.
It's gonna be looking like the 1960s, and then all of a sudden, Mr. Fantastic stretches. He's like, "Oh my god, I can stretch, no cap." Because actually, that would be the same time that Cap did exist, right? Yeah.
Well,
he was in World War II.
Fantastic Four is set in a different universe.
Yeah.
Christ, man. You know what? It just loses.
It's the multiverse saga.
You know what it is? It's an excuse to have terrible writing.
It's also where they're gonna bring Doom in.
Yeah, well, I think they brought Doom in when they fucking brought She-Hulk in.
I was waiting for you.
They brought Doom in when
I was
they
like,
did
here's
what?
the setup. Come on.
God awful, man. And I know, like, the problem is, it's like, how long will people look at something with rose-colored glasses and be like, well, every time I fucking see an article about a new movie, they're getting their groove back.
Hey,
it's
remember?
so
Oh, sorry.
repetitive and dumb.
So remember what I said is my biggest complaint about the Scary Movie franchise? How, like, much like the Meet the Spartans, it just becomes a thing where it's like it's making fun of way too more topical reference humor that's like local to only like that year or two at max, or it's so obvious. That's what She-Hulk is.
The thing is too, and this is where I'm like, The Boys. This is why The Boys won't be good 15 years from now. It does too much topical comedy. That's like, yes, in the moment it's funny because they're making fun of things we just saw, like fucking the Pepsi commercial and shit like that.
Yeah.
But anybody watching this 15 years from now will be like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah.
Because it's literally just an excerpt.
Well, it's like a scary movie at the What's Up thing. It's like it's dated.
Well, I'm hoping with the changes in Disney with Bob Iger and them focusing more on better fucking storytelling, that I'm not saying everything in Marvel's gonna get better. You fucking beat me to the punch, goddamn. Although Deadpool Wolverine was fun. That was a fun movie.
Yeah, but again, we can't use that as the measure because Ryan Reynolds had his finger in every aspect of that creation.
Every hole.
Every hole, yeah.
Again, story was my biggest issue, but forgivable for. I'm just going to take whatever I'm taking any victory I can, right? Listen.
The problem is sometimes I think you're looking at losses and trying to convert them to victories.
Yes.
Yep.
Huh, my therapist said the same thing. Weird.
I don't know. I haven't seen that movie, and I haven't seen Agatha all along, so they might be pretty surprising. I mean, I say I haven't seen Deadpool and Wolverine all in order.
Right.
Just say that.
Well, it's gonna be on the Plus.
I got rid of the Plus.
Tuesday or Wednesday.
No more money for the Moose.
I can give you the Plus.
Give me the Plus.
Actually, I have a downloaded copy of it. I'll just email it to you.
Is it good?
That I totally bought legally.
He's gifting it to me for Christmas.
Boxing Day.
Yeah, I'm with you, Girl Strong. I actually did enjoy it, but I can easily see why a lot of people do not like the Watchmen movie. 100%.
The original one?
The only one.
The Watchmen, yeah.
Oh, I really like that movie.
I did too, but it's divided a lot of fan bases. I like the comic and I like the movie, and I thought they did a pretty good job of taking the storyline from there and putting it there.
What are they bitching about adaptation?
Yeah.
No, I think it just didn't. Like a lot of people didn't like it because it's not necessarily like a current-day superhero type thing. It doesn't have the same. It's not like Marvel. It's completely different than Marvel.
Well, no shit.
Yeah,
it's supposed to be.
I know, but when people, I think a lot of people also like when they like something like the IP a lot. They're gonna get those people that are like, they didn't do it justice, and then you ask them, well, how would you do it justice? Not like that.
I thought the Watchmen movie was pretty. I mean, it was okay. I think that I actually enjoyed most of it. There was just a few pieces that just kind of like, I mean, Rorschach was my favorite, although Manhattan was pretty able to get away with public nudity and just don't give a shit.
The problem with the Watchmen is it really should. I know they made a TV show later.
Yeah,
but that should have been a television show. There's too much content and too much like.
You could have dug
too much jumping around in that.
But there's so much like character. There's so much character you can explore in all the different characters, and you couldn't. That movie was like fucking 3 hours, and they still didn't have enough time.
It was Boys Before the Boys.
There's an animated movie covered up. I think either covered up or it's out now.
Not exactly the same.
It didn't have the crude comedy. It was a serious, more serious take on things.
Yeah, but it was.
Yeah, I agree with you, Girl is Strong. It's really good. The graphic novels.
And I think with the animated, I think it's part 1. The animated movies already out. I think they added back in the pirate ship stuff or something like that.
I heard the show was all right.
I watched the show. What, the Watchmen show?
Yeah.
I watched the show. It was pretty good, honestly. Like it never really hit it for me to be like, this is great.
Yeah.
Because it did end up suffering from like a lot of things. They had to go race relations with it.
Yep. Well, it's also with the movie that Alan Moore, who created the thing, said he intentionally made it that way to make sure they couldn't make it straight for that. Hey, shall I call you? He kind of failed. The guy who did Watchmen.
He came back into the room after hearing nothing. What the fuck are you talking about?
Well, no, I couldn't understand the fuck. I'm sorry.
Strategy.
You talk way too fast for me sometimes. Can't understand what you said.
If anything, I'm talking a little slower because I think I'm hitting second puberty. My voice is getting even lower.
No, what I was saying was that Alan Moore, who created Watchmen, said he did it that way that he did so that they couldn't make a faithful adaptation so nobody could do it like he wanted them to do it.
Well, that is complete horseshit, but whatever.
All right.
I mean, obviously, they're not going to, he created the thing. You're never going to have the thing he created
be 100%
correctly put. Yeah.
But I enjoyed the movie
can't
a
be
lot.
represented as horseshit.
I think kind of flipping, that was kind of, I think, my first exposure to like taking the superhero genre and kind of flipping the idea on its head. We can have some really big moral gray areas here and really blur the lines of hero and villain in the superhero context.
It reminded me a lot more of the subject matter that is in the X-Men than in the Marvel universe. Like the regular Marvel Cinematic Universe, because there's heavier topics, right? There's bigger things to talk about, and the characters are more diverse. And certain things are challenged.
That's what's gonna save Marvel after fucking.
Yeah, there it is again.
Basically, that's a DC movie, though.
I can't help it. It's a tick.
No, I know what Watchmen is, but I'm talking about like just when you had to compare it like theme-wise to something.
Yeah.
It's more thematically closer to the X-Men than it would be what Marvel is doing.
Yeah.
You got some pretty heavy plot lines in the X-Men.
I mean, Batman, Superman, Dawn of Justice, like dipped their toe in it, but not anywhere remotely fucking close.
That movie was weird.
I know.
It could have been great too, and I don't even mind. The things people get hung up on the most. Oh, he killed Zod. He should never kill Zod. And like, just stop. It's not that.
You don't read the comic books, then.
Hold on. I think that was actually a fantastic part of the movie.
Yeah.
The thing is, like, what are you going to do with Superman? You have to make his character more complex.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, it's just fucking goody two shoes policeman. The movie.
Correct.
Yep.
That's why I liked what he did with Zod.
Yeah, and I agree with it, but the execution of those movies is just... There's something about Zack Snyder that usually falls apart.
Yes.
That's why I'm like so surprised the Watchmen. I liked it as much as I did, and I did like he do Dawn of the Dead.
Yep.
Yeah.
I like that as well. So I'm like, I'm kind of a fan of this guy, and then I started to get into superhero stuff, and I'm like,
not anymore.
There's something wrong with the movie.
The
thing is, it's hard for me to pinpoint in like the Superman movie what's wrong with the movie, but there's something wrong with it. Man of Steel, yeah. There's all of the movies that he did in the superhero genre. Some are wrong for other reasons, but there's like this through line of something feels off.
Well, Man of Steel is kind of, that one's a toughie because he was trying to do an origin story of Superman again, while also establishing a major like threat villain that could actually rival fucking Superman, while also starting the snowball effect that would be the short run lived of his 3 movies that he did, or 2 technically. So kind of tough to really. Yeah, tough to fucking pull that one off, I think. But I mean,
that's why I'm glad with the new Superman movie they're not doing the origin story again.
I think there's two. Zack Snyder went on to do this fucking Netflix like terrible movie.
Army of the Dead.
That was another movie. I'm like, what the fuck? At some point in time, all of a sudden, half of the zombies are like secretly robotic.
Yeah.
Yep.
And it was never explored, and they said nothing about anything. I'm like, this is such a weird. I don't know what it is, but he's got like this slight retardation to the way that he makes things, and it reminds me like it's not the same style.
You know what it is? It's almost like Vince Russo, where it's like you need to have a McGovern on him in order to.
It's like M. Night Shyamalan.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you put
it's rare to highway.
If you put them in
Taika Waititi, like these guys that there is good greatness there, but there's also like some weird fucking thing going on.
Stupidness that happens, yeah.
Yep.
Taika.
Well, you love how in the announcement they had for the Star Wars movies that are coming, his movie, it's in parentheses, he's expected to play a role in this movie. It's like he does that in every movie he directs.
Yeah.
Star Wars is in the same boat as Marvel for me.
I mean,
diminishing returns.
Yeah, they did say the new trilogy is not going to be Skywalker saga as far as like.
No, it's going to be something from like 2,000 years before.
That means they're doing
Old Republic.
Shit. So they're basically going to do it like the fucking OG.
Well, not really OG. OG is Star Wars, is Luke Skywalker.
No, but I'm saying
Knights
is
of the Old Republic. Bring it on.
I know what you're talking about, but OG in real life, that's why I'm being literal.
They're going so far back that it's basically, and if you're looking at it from a chronological standpoint, it's going to be the furthest back that we've seen.
Yeah, but that doesn't make it OG. You're using that term.
Grammar police.
Original recipe.
They're making Revan, I bet, of some sort.
Never.
His trilogy story is pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, I could get behind that. I'm like, I am personally completely done.
It's a redemption twice story. If they follow the way
it's supposed to.
The way it's supposed to.
Well, we'll see what they come up with. Honestly, it's another one where I just need to like. Is this the moment when Star Wars gets back? It's the same fucking everything Disney's making these big fucking things. It's the same thing every time. Always. This the show that's gonna turn Star Wars around.
The IP.
Yeah.
Beating it to death like a pinata.
Honestly, fuck them. I hate Disney. They just actively.
Oh, you got a problem, bitch?
They've actively been killing pretty much everything that they've bought.
Alien Romulus did pretty well.
I didn't watch that. Is that by Disney?
Well,
it's Disney produced, but yeah, Fox.
So when are we gonna open our casino?
Right now. Want to bet?
Yeah. All $2 I have in my bank account.
Hey, we're almost bank twinsies. I got 3 in mine.
Hold on. Overdraft fee. Never mind.
You've got to work on the other corner.
Did a bet on red.
Here's the Carolina offense.
I said I was going to tell a story. So there was a time that I did try to count cards in a casino, actually twice.
Say, Connor, there's 52. Don't worry.
Smart ass.
That's fucking great. So I don't know. Do you guys know what counting cards is?
Yeah,
kind of. Yeah, I understand the idea of it.
Yeah, so for those listening or watching or whatever, it's essentially at a blackjack table, you are keeping track of the number of cards being used to better calculate what cards you may end up getting. So like knowing that like, okay, X amount of the high cards are gone, which means low cards are only the thing that's left, etc. And there's usually like systems and methods that people use try and count cards. It is better in a group. If it's by yourself, good fucking luck. It's a bigger handicap. So I tried to do it. I tried counting cards. And the actual process itself of keeping track of the cards itself was not as hard as it may seem. Problem is all the motherfucking distractions in the goddamn casino. I can hyper focus.
The noise of the fucking slot machines.
The people come by. You want drink?
Yeah.
Yes, bitch. I want drink.
Yeah. They are. Just scream like Godzilla. Can I Can I get you a drink? All right, I'll come back later. So I tried it twice, and at one point I thought, like, for the first time, I thought I was doing pretty well, and I thought I had like a little bit of a run. But what I'd say by like the fourth hand, I was like,
completely lost.
Yeah, I'm fucked. Plus, on top of that, a lot of casinos have also changed their policies now, where I don't know if it's just blackjack tables or if it's all tables, but I know at least blackjack tables now will have three decks mixed in at once.
Right.
So it makes it almost not impossible, but it just makes it
It
a
makes
lot
it a
fucking
harder
harder.
pattern to remember.
It also like destroys odds counting anything.
Yeah, exactly. So. Krill strikes as Disney owns Married with Children, so technically Peg Bundy is a Disney princess.
Yes, she
Fuck
is.
Yeah.
You know what? Always has been.
I want to see her as one of the cast of characters at Disneyland. God damn it. She deserves her spotlight.
Technically, wouldn't Marcy be one too? Which is not.
I think so.
Yeah.
No, she's an evil queen.
Who? Or stepsister or whatever.
Yes. Marcy, the next door neighbor.
Technically, two characters that she played are Disney princesses, Peg Bundy and Leela.
That show had some phenomenal one-liners. I can't remember what we were talking about.
Talking about counting cards.
Oh yeah,
card.
Thank you, sir. How
did you remember how to count cards? I don't remember what I said 2 seconds.
We didn't have libations
Right, you only did it twice.
at that point
Listen,
yet.
this is back before I decided to enhance myself with the herbal substances of the fine earth.
We can make it better, faster, more retarded.
Just came out of fucking nowhere. The counting cards thing. So, like I said, process itself not too bad, but the distractions just couldn't fucking do it. So I had to like stop halfway through, and I don't know if anybody was like figuring out or like or knew I was counting cards. I just remember thinking in my head like +2, +5.
Okay, he's just sitting at the table. 3.
Giant pad of paper.
He just says it out loud. 3. 4 seconds later. 8.
Giant pad of paper. I don't know if they caught on, but well, no, it's not like nobody said anything or anything like that. Counting cards is not illegal. It is not an illegal method, but it is obviously extremely fucking frowned upon because casinos do not like it.
Yep. They will remove you from the premises if you are caught.
Which they have the power to do. Also, don't bet on roulette tables that have zeros or especially double zeros on them because the odds get further down.
What happened the second time you tried?
Oh, second time? Second time I was worse. I got like 2 hands in. I'm like, fuck, and I just stopped. It was just it was even worse. Way fucking louder.
And that's what the casinos are also doing. They move the slot machines closer to those tables so that the bells and whistles that go off and the flashing lights for it would make it more of a distraction.
Yep, fucking smack. It's also why there's no windows or clocks anywhere. At least there used to be.
They can gamble forever and not know what time it is.
Exactly.
Yeah,
no, that's what it is.
It always
they
feels
submerge
like
you so deeply into that atmosphere and also pump in fresh oxygen.
It's a Vegas tactic.
It's fucking great. It always feels like it's 11 a.m.
Yeah.
Really
I've been awake for 74 days. It was
Yeah.
like 11 a.m., baby.
One of the places near me has a Krispy Kreme donut inside, and it's Mohegan Sun for those who don't know, in Connecticut. And it's that's the kind of thing where it's like, oh, it's 11 a.m. So it's actually 4:30 in the morning.
Yeah.
Holy fuck.
It's getting close to 11 a.m.
Yeah. We're almost there.
On a different note, did you hear? Okay, so you know the guy that's going to play Galactus in the Fantastic Four movie?
Yes.
Yes.
Have you ever heard this man speak? Because honestly, I have trouble understanding what he's saying. His voice is so low. He's like fucking Gina's son.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like, this is going to be a great Galactus.
That's another one.
Destroy the fucking planet. Huh?
I'm gonna destroy the planet. Oh god, they got Tony Danza. Let's go like this.
Yeah, I'm willing to bet they are going to alter his voice to put him up an octave so that the audience can understand him while he's still deep enough to be threatening.
I mean, they did a good job. I thought they did an okay job with Dormammu in Doctor Strange.
You know what? As long as he's Galactus and the Silver Surfer is Vin Diesel,
oh.
that conversation between them, great.
The way they both speak. Family. I only got family.
Silver Surfer, I have a question.
What the dog doing? What the dog doing?
The dog left us.
Eating the dogs, eating the cats, eat the cats, eat the cat.
18 yards the gain for number 18.
Oh, yeah. Already.
Galactus. I'm surprised they're already doing him so quick, too.
There's a lot that they need to get caught up on and fix since they're not going to have Kang.
Unless they make
just
Doom
walk away
a
from
variant.
Kang.
Unless they
Honestly,
make Doom a variant of Kang, I think that's the easiest cleanup that you can do.
Why doesn't he look like Jonathan Majors?
Doesn't have to. Dude, you saw the fucking
They showed a whole
post-credit-
fucking arena.
I was about to say.
every Kang that looked like Jonathan Majors.
No, I was gonna say there's something that fucking had like fucking yellow skin and a beak.
Okay, but they were
Yeah.
still Jonathan Majors.
Yes.
You couldn't tell.
So I wish Doctor Doom had fucking yellow skin and a beak. It's just played by Big Bird.
It's a possibility. Fucking it's multiverse bullshit.
Doctor Doom is Big Bird. That'd be great.
Hey kids, Snuffy's coming.
Galactus Elmo. Actually, Galactus should be like Snuffleupagus or something.
Yes, there you go.
Big monster things.
Hey bird, here to eat your planet.
Honestly, a Muppets Marvel crossover could have been fucking insanely
fuck,
good.
yes. It
They
needs to
can.
happen. They've already done the adult crossover for the fucking Muppets. Which that's a movie we need to find on streaming and we need to watch.
The what? Oh, crossover?
Marvel
Muppets
Muppets.
into adult movies. Meaning there's Muppets having sex.
That's fucking
Yeah, wait,
great.
wasn't there a movie that came out like that? That was like a
Yes.
parody. It had fucking Melissa McCarthy.
Yes.
I thought it did like really bad.
I was about to say I heard not
Bad
so
things.
great things.
That we still need
It might be
to,
the Melissa
we
McCarthy
need,
effect,
We need to
but-
imbibe in some libations and then watch that movie.
So you're saying we're gonna watch it right now?
I was about to say I'm looking it up.
We can watch it tonight, yes.
I didn't hear very good things about it, like bad things about it. So what I'm gonna say. Just search.
Well, it's the Muppets, so it's only a matter of time
Well, it's not-
before they
it's
do
not-
the superhero crossover.
It's not the Muppets. It's like it's a knockoff.
It's like
Yeah.
yeah, it's a knockoff, and it's like a murder mystery where the Muppet detective with
Hey,
her.
hold on.
Yes.
I remember that much.
That sounds fucking glorious to watch.
But then you also have to realize it's Melissa McCarthy.
The Happy Time Murders.
Yes, that's exactly what the movie I'm talking about.
It's Muppets having sex.
It's an adult. No, it's an adult.
The Muppets curse. There's a scene where they have sex.
Huh. Wish we can watch it free on this website. Sure.
I'm down. I don't care.
You're almost done with this.
Yeah, I'm almost done with this game. It'll only be like about 10 more minutes.
Oh yeah, it got terrible reviews at least.
I just don't know what I can show to you guys.
Now after the touchdown, here's
What is it streaming on?
It's stream.
Backside of my ass.
If you literally type in the Happy Time Murders, it's on Tubi for free.
Oh, okay.
The front side of your ass. Comedy is the real victim here.
You sounded offended on comedy's behalf when we were watching Meet the Spartans.
We should finish that movie and kill ourselves.
I was dying.
I'll watch it.
Yeah, fuck it. I'll watch both. I'm already well in the tank right now. Actually, I might take more.
A mention of Meet the Spartans. Like, I got him. The mention of Meet the Spartans. Like, I'm reaching for it.
Listen, I'm already 4 gummies in.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Yeah, I might go 6.
They're just regular gummies.
Flintstone jewels, motherfucker.
I think my gummies would end up knocking you on your ass.
Yeah, I'm going 2 more. Let's ride this roller coaster.
170.
All right.
Easily the worst movie of 2018.
Half a gummy is 137.
So from second and long, now we go to
You're 137.
A bottle of 20 at
250 milligrams.
But not all bottles are equal.
The whole bottle is 3,500.
Not all men are created equal. Some are midgets.
Where's the rest of him?
God, make me this world.
It's just too much. All right. It's time to stare at the eyes of God. It is time to dance with the devil in the pale moonlight.
Bazinga.
Yeah, some of us are watching whatever we want. That's terrible.
Oh,
I started watching Toxic Avenger 2 last night.
Yeah, we got
We didn't
10 minutes into that, and she's like, "Fuck no."
You
gotta watch She-Hulk from start to finish.
We I don't know if we talked about this much on HGGM. All I can remember is the proud Gunther is now our champion, which is I'm very happy about. So women's U.S. title.
Oh, we talked about this
before when JP was playing football or baseball.
Oh
yeah, before you got on.
So,
what are your thoughts?
About what?
The women's U.S. title. What are your thoughts?
I'm torn. What?
Rip? Are you rip torn?
I'm torn because, like, on one hand, it's
what's up,
something
TSS
I think.
Too? What's going on, man?
Well, what's up, TSS?
Hey, TSS.
On one hand, I like the idea of introducing a women's mid-card title to, like, because they're gonna get a fucking huge flux of women from NXT soon.
Yeah, that's kind of what I said. You saw like the hirings for women were all up. The writing was on the wall for them getting more.
Yeah,
which is fine. The only concern I have is, well, 2 things. One, I think if you're gonna do it across the board, I think they're gonna do a women's IC unless that U.S. title can bounce back and forth.
Will these titles magically make the matches better?
No.
Well, then who gives a fuck?
Well, here's my other problem. Timing. You just cut Raw down to 2 hours. I don't know what it's going to be like over at Netflix. SmackDown's got 2 hours, but a little more leeway in terms of like going over. We're going to be able to fucking make shit fit in here. Like, it's going to be harder for real estate, I think.
I don't know, because... Sorry, go ahead, Drake.
The belief is that Raw is going to be able to fluctuate. It does have to be strict 3 hours. Like 3 hours can be 2 hours, 40 minutes, can be 2.5, can be 2 hours. And then the belief is that SmackDown's going to be 3 hours starting in January for at least 6 months.
Okay.
I actually think content-wise, pure content-wise,
yeah,
the move to Netflix will actually give them more time for their content. Less time for advertisements.
For Raw. I'm presuming that this title's on SmackDown only.
I don't know.
Because Nick Aldis introduced it and blah, blah, blah. So my point is that just for SmackDown. But if it's going to go to 3 hours. Oh, this bitch. I just threw up in my mouth. This is going to be fun.
JP was saying that he heard in the promo last night that he said it will be open to both Raw and SmackDown women.
Yes, it is. It's open to both Raw and
okay. Then that puts me at ease then, honestly. Which that makes sense.
I don't. So I will say this, and there's one caveat to that. They need to get rid of one of the titles. Ben.
You think they should unify the women's titles?
I do. I truly do. I don't think there needs to be two women's titles. It just devalues the women's titles. If they're just going to do one mid-card title. That's why I don't like the women's tag teams. There's only one? It kind of diminishes your world champion. Oh, it's easier to become a world champion.
It is.
I know it is. I'm not saying it isn't.
She's agreeing with you.
Well, the point, well...
How dare you? How dare you fucking agree with him?
No, she said it kind of...
I'm sorry.
Go fuck yourself. Nobody's talking to you right now. Game said play is under review because there was a fumble.
The tackle is interesting. I wouldn't be against them unifying the world titles as long as those things bounce between both brands, though.
Right.
Because on one, that's gonna be tricky.
I think they want to do that anyway, so that this way they can have their world champion go between being on Netflix and being on regular cable.
Yeah.
To keep the fandom hot, you know?
Yeah, no, and again, the bigger thing for me is that it's another area to showcase women's wrestling in a different plateau, right? So it's
right.
And in doing this, no matter what way they introduced a lower value title, is going to be an uphill battle from the start. Same thing they kind of had to do with the world title. Where it's like, hey, this is a new world title. Mean something, damn it, fucking care.
Right.
And it's an uphill battle no matter what you do. I don't know if they're gonna do an women's IC title. If that's
they didn't mention anything.
Then
again, Raw hasn't been on since Monday, so
right.
The only reason I could see them do it is because it was Nick Aldis only saying that, so I could see Pierce be like, "Hey, you got yours, here's ours." It's like I really hope they don't do that, but it wouldn't surprise me either.
There's too many championships for the women.
I
There's
know.
not enough women. I know they're hiring more women. There's too many women. Not enough women. Too many championships.
What I think this is what they're trying to do. Whether it's going to be successful or not remains to be seen. But what I think they're going to try and do is that this is their way to build stars faster. In the sense of when you think about it from like a women's division perspective, right? You now have another buffer point between the tag team and the main championships of the WWE of the world, where you have a showcasing of them not quite ready for that, like the title scene,
right?
But something like an undercard rivalry, or an excuse for an undercard rivalry for the women's division. So that way you could, and I have a feeling they're gonna abuse the fuck out of this, but you could literally take, like, let's say someone hot from NXT from the women's division comes on over, you plug them right in their opening night, they come in, or their debut night on the main roster, they win the women's US title. Holy fuck. Okay, now let's change. Kind of like what they did with the machine guns.
Right.
Machine guns debuted, then the following week they got there.
Yeah, but the point being is that it gives them a little bit more breathing room before immediately interjecting into the main women's championship division.
Right.
Because let's face it, realistically, for the women's division, it's basically, for the main stories, it's mostly anything involving the titles. That's it. Right? There's not. I could be wrong. Nothing else is really. I mean, Rhea's out now, so it's mainly just Liv doing her shit, and then Nia and Tiffany Stratton over on SmackDown.
Yeah.
And those are both the champions. So it's kind of like, okay, but this gives them another wrinkle, another area to play around with and create new stars and try some things out before they go for the big league, so to speak. So yeah, I'm excited for it. I think it's if it's done right, and to Basement and Trek's point, if it's going to be that much fucking content, then fucking A.
I don't think it's going to do anything. Like, the problem with the women's division is not how many title belts they have. The problem with the women's division is the women can't. There's a couple of them. No, like I'm just
No,
honestly.
no, you're right.
There's a handful that can, and the rest. Like you're gonna put belts on people that can't do anything with them. Like this is tried. It's fucking tail of the tape for the women's division. It's been for a long time. There's been a couple that have actually done what they should do with the title belt, and they've developed the women's division around those people. But this huge influx of young women's talent, they're all going to be green as grass. They're all going to be propelled too fast, and then you're going to have a mid-card belt on somebody that can't wrestle very well, can't speak very well. It doesn't matter. Like the belt is not going to help that person, and that person's not going to help the belt.
No.
So it's not fixing a problem. It's just giving other options. And I can understand like the idea of being like, well, we're gonna put that IC title belt. If they don't there's only a couple women in that division that you should put it on, and it will actually elevate the belt and them.
Well, I was gonna say you're probably gonna get some veterans winning that thing from the get-go.
But I can. Yep. But other than
Charlotte
that, like,
is a guarantee. Becky's a guarantee.
I think the IC title will probably be something where you have people that are getting like Chelsea Green is someone I'd probably put the belt.
Yeah,
she's over with the fans.
I think we talked about this before, right?
Yeah, well, maybe I don't know.
I think we talked about this when we were talking about the.
In any case, these are the people that you
women's
want
tag
to
match
on, right?
Crown Jewel.
And then you have her and Piper Niven like go back and forth because they're a tag team, and she's got the belt. That's the type of person like they're never going to be a world champion, but that's like they're.
Actually, a veteran I would actually think this would be a perfect fit for to start off with would be Natalya.
Right.
Yep.
She's almost
sorry.
No, I was just saying I think she's like the perfect fit for this role in this division. Have her have her be the first women's intercontinental champion, and then I know just to start off. I'm not saying she's gonna have it fucking 2 years, Jesus, and then have her lose it to the next.
Like I don't know. I don't agree with that. I don't think Natalya needs a title, and I don't think her having the title and losing it to someone is going to build the title. She does that already without a title.
Well, that's why you put it on her, because then you instantly have a very good lineage to start it off.
I'm just talking.
No, but I can understand where Connor's coming from with that.
It's the same reason they get. I mean,
okay, let me tell you right now, the lineage for the IC or US title for the women's division is going to mean fucking jack shit, because you only got fucking 4 women that deserve a title. After that, it's going to be fucking shit after shit after shit. And I agree with TSS too. It's only masking the problem. The answer for the women's division is not more title. Well, it's better training. It's more focus on wrestling, less focus on social media. Like fucking do it in the ring and stop fucking relying on sex sells online.
Yes.
Yep.
Well, that's one win. I won that game. The last second field goal. And he waited too long to get rid of the ball, which caused him to run out of time. He got down in the field goal range, but he wasn't able to call timeout.
But JP,
yes.
What the dog doing?
I don't know. He's laying down and ouch. Yeah, I can say that. We have a dog here. Kind of dead. I think it'll work a couple of times.
As they head to Dallas to take on the Cowboys. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gordon saying so long, everybody.
That's the end of this game. I'll probably just play a couple of games, move forward, and then
I'm gonna come.
We'll try to get to the playoffs at least and go from there. So I'm done. You guys want to do?
What you guys want to do?
I'm gonna come.
You...
Oh.
I'll be back. I gotta piss. Go ahead and.
What the dog doing?
Whatever. You can expand the screen or whatever. Oh my god, my hip just popped.
Oh, we're gonna stay live for this?
I don't know what you guys want to do. There's a couple. What are we doing actually?
I thought.
What have we become?
What are we doing?
I'm gonna come.
Damn it.
What the dog doing?
Bazinga.
I'm so hungry.
Eating the dogs, they're eating the cats. Eat the cat. Eat the cat. His name is John C.
Tip Jurgen.
Hey, Jurgen.
Jurgen.
TSS says in the chat, the problem is they hired more wrestlers. They're only so much time they have on the shows to showcase this talent. This is why they should be a viable number 3 promotion, or TNA has to get better. So that's what I was saying too, is one of the problems about the mid-card women's title is that in way WWE is running their shows now, it's like, okay, shit, you're adding even more to like, cram in a very limited time space. But if what Basement Trek is saying is true, I think Heather said as well, with the expansion going to Netflix and possibly SmackDown going 3 hours, okay, I can buy it now. But
it's still like, even if there is some extra, I mean, I'm gonna say the time frame may increase or it may stay the same. If it increases, it's not going to increase by a whole lot. Essentially, by having a mid-cards women's division, you're going to take away time from the men's division. And I don't think the women are good enough to do that. I know, whatever, sexist. No. You tell me if you want to watch half of Raw be women's wrestling. Tell me.
Oh. Yes. No, I'm kidding.
Some of women's wrestling is fine, right? But the majority of it's not great. I'm sorry. It's just not good.
I'm all for the equal opportunities and whatnot, and I see what they're trying to do here, and I have faith in the system, but I know it's gonna take a while.
Yeah,
they have to.
This is why, what's the point in doing this now?
Yeah, I think the timing is definitely off. I will give you that. I think they needed to wait for at least a few more NXT influences to come in.
I honestly, the best thing they should have done, and what they kind of did, and JP mentioned this, is they did this in NXT.
Yes.
Right?
Yep.
And that was their we're gonna try this out. The thing is, when it comes down to it, NXT will showcase wrestling. It's different. It's not the same as Raw and SmackDown.
No.
Because when you're on Raw and SmackDown and you're expected to hold the title, and you're expected to start rivalries, you're expected to be on the mic, I don't you're gonna have huge growing pains that you could avoid by kind of pushing this idea back.
I agree. I actually agree.
TSS too. If they made an all women's wrestling show, it ain't gonna do too well.
I don't care.
It won't do as bad as I think, but it's not gonna be.
It's gonna be a little rough the first year and a half at least.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
At least, and it's not. They're trying to get talent over faster. Is what they're trying to do at the end of the day. That's the whole reason they're introducing this. Is they're trying to get more women talent over faster.
But you don't need a belt necessarily.
I was about to say.
No, you don't.
I was about to say. I'm not saying this is the right way to do it. It's just.
I think actually having a belt is the laziest way to it's the laziest thing to do from a writing position. It's the easiest thing to do.
So what are we doing?
What
are we doing?
I don't know. People were talking about watching Muppets having sex. If we want to watch a movie, there's movies out there. I was looking, just loaded up Prime Video. There's a movie called Zapped from 1982.
Oh, I watched that. I watched that fucking shit.
Is it good?
You just gotta be careful because.
Did you watch it?
So can I mute? I can't mute it here, can I?
God damn it. Have you seen it?
It's also.
I've seen
Is
it.
it good?
It's not bad.
Oh, no. Trek saying it's not bad. Is there anything like Hamburger the movie?
Hold on a second. How we get hi?
Hi.
Hi, how are you?
I don't know how to do the mute on my end.
I'll mute you.
I'm so confused right now.
I'm gonna come.
So I've got it here. I can't.
Oh yeah, you're just okay. Well, yeah, that's gonna just show everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's what I'm trying to stop here.
Meanwhile, I'm gonna go to bed because I got work tomorrow.
Okay. Well,
all right. Night, Trek.
Good night, guys.
What are you doing here?
Peace out.
You gotta stop sharing Discord.
I did.
No, you didn't.
Well, you can. Okay, so what you need to do.
So we can always wrap up the stream if
Yeah,
need be.
Discord
Yeah.
right there.
Well,
You're
If
talking
you don't
about
have to stream.
If you want to stream this, then you have to create audio only source in OBS for Discord, and then
No idea how to do that.
I just saw JP's just shuffle off like fucking. What is he talking
I'll
about?
destroy the computer.
Yeah, why don't we just wrap it up then? We can do
that's
this.
fine.
If you're here,
Yeah.
So
But-
we'll do this probably. I know Friday nights I'm going to be doing it, but I don't know what I'm doing on Friday night. I'll decide. I'll figure it out.
All right.
Yeah,
I might start the Horny Goat college football team. I just got to finish that up. I haven't done that.
Bang.
with that
Anyway, thank
being
you.
said,
Tight
y'all
end.
have a good night. We'll see you tomorrow for No Bucks Given.
Peace out, y'all. Come back for tomorrow for some new
Naughty
bucks.
nine
Give it.
Red Barons.